when women cheat, it's essentially a characteristic flaw. Or when women cheat, it's not forgivable because for men to cheat, it can be an isolated incident. It doesn't have to be an attachment there. You can do it as a one off. But when women cheat, there's automatically an attachment there. So it's almost like your man could never compete with whoever you cheated with. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Life After I Do. I'm your host, Nisha G, and I'm here with my husband.
Molito.
So dramatic as always. Hey, boo.
Hey, Booscaronis.
That's a saying in our house. Booscaronis, it's a greeting.
Hey,
Hey,
Boosteronis.
Booscaronis. What it do, Booscaronis?
That's weird.
Why?
Because I said it is. Hey, babe.
Hi, babe. How was your week?
Deliberating.
Deliberating?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I feel like you just pulled something out of your
I
ass.
did. It was okay. Nothing. It was just a regular week. Thinking about life and
Boring. No, I'm joking.
thinking about life and living. That's it.
Well, my week was pretty good.
Well, that's good.
I started finally the Risa Tisa
Oh, God.
series. I'm currently, I think, on 38 or 39 or something, and it is crazy.
Is it?
It baffles me. Okay, so it baffles me in multiple ways. It baffles me to think that there are human beings on this here rock we call planet Earth that lie and that have, I mean, at this point the only conclusion that I can draw is that he has a mental disorder of some sort.
Clap if you
it,
want to.
Anywho,
Well,
the fact that he was able to finagle his way into her life, and the fact, as by her own admission, that she knew something was off and something was wrong, and she still continued to pursue, like giving him the benefit of the doubt in some areas, it's just baffling.
baffling.
Like like who lies about family members dying? Like his grandmother. If you haven't like heard it yet or watched it, spoiler alert, because
Spoiler alert.
mostly everyone has like seen it or heard it or whatever. It
I
has over
haven't.
400 million views. So,
I haven't.
anywho, he lied and said that his grandmother had died in 2020 of COVID due to COVID complications, right? He had drove Risa Tisa to the cemetery in which he pointed out to the headstone that his grandparents were buried at. Later on, you find out that his grandmother died in 2008. The grandfather had died, I think, like in 2016 or something like that. And the only reason why he had knew about like the cemetery or whatever, where the grandparents are not buried, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
is because he used to work at the damn cemetery.
Oh, wow.
Who does that? He lied about having like 5 brothers or something like that and sisters, only later for her to find out after talking to his aunt that he not only not has sisters, but he only has 2 other brothers, and one of which is his twin.
Oh, wow.
It was just really wild. Like she reaches out to his ex-wife, and the first thing the ex-wife says to her is, if you're contacting me, then things must be really bad. That's what she said to her. She was like, if you have found a way to reach out to me, then things must be really bad.
Mm.
And she was like, I couldn't do anything but like pause. Because the level of deception that this man
Deception.
brought into her life is a little unfathomable.
What was that word?
Fathomable.
What?
Fathomable. Now you got fathomable. Like I can't fathom his audacity.
You can't fathom that ass.
I can't fathom his audacity But
So
yeah.
that was your week?
No, it wasn't my
Recent?
week. It's been like my last day and a half.
Oh,
Not my week. But other than that, like, that's my little bit of drama, I guess you could say, for the week. But it's been business as usual. Finally got the updated schedule for baby girl's schedule for gymnastics. So we picked up another day of gym. So that's gonna be good, but we have to cancel something in dance. So she was not entirely sad about that. So not sure how to feel about
as
that.
long as she said, as long as I'm doing something.
Right. Right. But yeah, outside of that, it was not an eventful week. I had not too much going on, just, more business as usual, I guess you could say.
Mm,
And you? You seem a little like not here.
I'm just tired.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm just tired. I'm just yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
just like I'm just mentally exhausted.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Do you need bubble time?
I mean, I always need bubble time, but
Wait, not if you say it like that.
I always need bubble time.
Bubble time is like our time, like time alone, but
I'm
together.
always down for that, but I don't, that ain't like I got problems,
You got 99 problems?
but a bitch ain't one.
I thought you were gonna I thought you were gonna say, but my bitch ain't one.
I don't call you that.
I know, but I just thought you would say it. I don't know, that's the way my brain worked. Any hoot.
You want to be disrespected so bad.
What do you
You
mean?
want me to disrespect you so you can have something to complain about.
You do not need to disrespect me to give me something to complain about.
I'm the
I'm
perfect
sure I have
husband.
3 things I'm getting ready to complain about as soon as we end this podcast.
I'm the perfect husband.
I'm getting ready to actually, I just thought of another one. I got 4 things that I can complain about.
But you better be happy that
So I don't
okay.
that's not a
You keep
reason.
playing with me. I'm gonna get on my Reese's Pieces shit.
Please do. If you can rake in 400 million views, please, by all means, go ahead. What you gonna say? Did I lie to you?
Oh
Did I
no, I'm gonna be the man.
bamboozle you?
No, I'm gonna be the man in the situation. You got a story.
I'm gonna have the story.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm not sure if that works. Anywho, so we're gonna hop right on into it. So this is a clip that I have kind of been seeing floating around a little bit.
Floating around.
It's a little bit of an older clip, but I
Wait, you
guess
seen
it's
it?
like resurfacing,
You seen it? What?
floating around.
You trying to guess?
Swallowed.
You too much.
Wait, I don't know why that just reminded me of another. Sorry, just got off tangent. I just saw another
But it be me.
TikTok
She
today,
swear
and
it be
he was
me.
like, he said, "I'm in America, and I just need to let you guys know it's not the way you say it is croissant." And he was like, "You don't pronounce the T, you don't pronounce the R, you don't pronounce half of the letters in it, but it's not croissant, it's croissant." And I was like, and so then it stitches to this guy's video, and he's like, yeah, but we also say McDonald's. Like, if you were to say McDonald's, do we say McDonald's? He was like, no, you would say McDonald's. I just thought that was funny. Sorry. But anywho, back to the track we were on. Anyway, this is a it's a clip that I've been seeing floating around, and I had sent it to you, and I had sent it to my brother-in-law, and both of you guys pretty much had opinions about it, and I had an
Everybody
opinion.
got opinions.
Right, and that's why I want to hear. But I just thought it was a little interesting because when I actually really sat with what he was saying and like thought about it from like my own perspectives, and if I was to put myself in those shoes, like how would I react? And then it also made me think about something that my uncle and aunt have told me, previous, and we're talking about people who have been married 40 plus years. So they have been through some things. It just really made me it just really made me think, like, think. So I really wanted to have the discussion, especially because I think that it does happen quite a bit in marriage. I mean, in general, but especially from the marital perspective. I really wanted to talk about it. So go ahead and roll the clip.
Rolling the clip.
Okay. So silly.
If my daughter comes to me and say, Daddy, my husband cheated on me, I'm going to say, Princess, is he a good provider? Yes. Does he take good care of you? Yes. Do you ever disrespect you, raise his hand to you? No. Outside of this cheating, is he what you need in a man? Yes, he is. Was this thing purely sexual? Was it a hit and miss? Or is he really feeling this woman? If she tells me this was a hit and miss, go have a conversation with him about his infidelity. Let him know you do not like it. I will never tell you not to leave a man because he cheated. You want to leave him because he cheated? Go ahead and do it. But I want to ask you a question. How many men you expect to find out there who are never going to go outside that marriage at least occasionally to experience another woman? I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's not realistic to leave a good man for an oops. Now, let me tell you when you better leave him. I'm going to tell you when you better pack your shit. I'm going to come pack it. If you find out he has removed you from the throne and put another woman on the throne, and now you number two, where you was always number one, you got to leave. There's no greater disrespect a man pays to his woman than to put another woman in her place. Because that is a sign that you are no longer what you were to him. And if you hang around too long, you will see your rank drop again and again till you don't even matter no more.
All right.
So
That was the clip.
that was a clip.
Welcome back.
So okay, and just I mean, just so that you know, like I watched the entire episode, so there was also a lot said before and after
Why you didn't send me the whole
that,
episode?
like that whole clip. But that was like the gist, but there isn't like, I just want to preface that. But we're gonna talk about the clip because of course that's how these things work. Everyone just kind of snipped. That's what kind of
You
stuck
get
out to
everything out of
everybody.
context?
No, but I mean, even outside with this little clip taken outside, it does still really stand alone. Like the clip itself does really stand alone. Like I said, I listened to the interview before, like the entirety of the interview, and what was said before and what was said after. And the clip and what he said in that segment does like sit alone. But I really wanted to get your opinion. I know we talked about it a little bit, but like what's your opinion? I kind of want to deep dive into this. What do you think
My
about
opinion about
what
what he
was said
said?
about what he said?
I mean,
Honestly,
it's what he said. My honest opinion. I mean, I don't necessarily agree, but it's
what
not.
don't you agree with?
Um, the fact that you should stick around if he's a good provider, right?
Hmm.
If it's a one-off or whatever, right?
Hmm.
Because I I don't know, because now the second part I definitely agree with. Like when you've been replaced and you know you've been replaced, don't because you just look back, right? Not only do you look back, you're doing yourself a disservice because now you're telling him how to treat you, right? I can understand going to the back to the first part of the clip. I can understand there being mishaps or mistakes or questionable situations, right? And I understand what he's saying. It's like, yes, this man had a one off, but he's a good husband. He's a good provider. He's taking good care of you, all that. You should forgive him for that, right? But I also feel like what a lot of men don't talk about, I feel like when it comes to infidelity in general, that's a form of lack of self control,
And discipline.
right? So you're not controlling um your actions when you step outside, your agreement once you agree to be monogamous with a woman, right? So that to me that can be seen as a form of weakness because you're not upholding your side of the your side of the deal. But to tell someone that to stay because yeah, he's done this, but he provides all of this. I understand that traditionally that's been
Status quo.
the status quo, like the norm, like and even still now in certain cultures that's the norm. As long as he's taking care of you and you're solidified in your position, if he goes out and gets trimmed somewhere else, you shouldn't leave him. But I would never, like he said, I would never tell someone it's okay for you. Um,
To leave because they cheated.
it's not okay for you to leave just because he cheated.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be more than that.
Hmm.
I would never tell someone that. So if you feel like him cheating has crossed the line and you can't bounce back from that, then you need to leave because if the roles were reversed, I know for a fact most men we're leaving. We're not coming back.
Which is touched on a little bit. If
We're
you
not we're not coming back. We're not gonna double back.
and I like I'm gonna just throw this out there. It was also mentioned. I heard something along the lines of when women cheat, that it's essentially a characteristic flaw. Or when women cheat, it's not forgivable because for men to cheat, it can be an isolated incident. It doesn't have to be an attachment there. You can do it as a one off. But when women cheat, there's automatically an attachment there. So it's almost like your man could never compete with whoever you
Now
cheated with.
I can't speak for him, but I can understand from a man's perspective
Perspective.
the feeling of um
Being
like
able to hit it and quit it.
not necessarily hitting and quit it, but like the urge that you see when you see a attractive lady or
Hmm.
attractive whatever you're into, right?
Hmm.
There is a certain urge. There is I don't care who it is. It is that thought, like, oh my God, what would that be like? Like you see something that you're attracted to and you're drawn to. So you do have that thought in your mind of what would that be like.
Right.
Right? There's always
The what if.
because there's always the what if because there's always excitement in something new,
Right. So do
right?
you think that's a human nature thing, or do you think that's just the
That's a
man
man
thing?
thing.
And I think that is a human nature thing because I think it's funny
Okay, well,
that
speak your truth.
I
That you
think
out here
it's
looking
no,
at.
listen, I think it's funny that men have this type of notion that women cannot look at a man and have like that instant like
Oh
sexual
no.
attraction. Hold on. And be able to be like, oh, I wonder what that would be like. Or even go as far as having a one off or what you
Okay.
men like to
Okay.
call a jump off.
Hold on. That's not what a jump.
Oh, I mean, well, no, a one off. What is a jump off?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
Um, a jump off is pretty much a groupie.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
uh, I'm speaking from. I can't. I mean, I can see that there's be women with this mentality of men, but the the issue. I don't necessarily think it's an issue. I think
What's problematic about it?
what's problematic about it is that it's not it's frowned upon for the woman, right?
Exactly.
And it's because of the natural order of things,
Right.
right?
How we have the like the societal patriarchy of
Right.
things.
Because historically, women are to be conquered, men are the conquerors, right?
Mhm.
And if another man has conquered what is mine, it is no longer mine, right?
So now it doesn't have as much perceived value to
It
you
does not. And if you're constantly being and if you're constantly
being conquered.
you just end up being France after World War II.
Bye. Goodbye, Maurice.
It's what it
I
is.
think I think like going back to the clip, what really stood out for me was what he said after if it was a one off. When he said if you expect like do you expect to basically go out into the world and do you think you'll be able to find another man who will not step out of his marriage occasionally? So
I mean,
he's
they
listen,
exist.
I know, but what I'm saying is he didn't present it as like this was a one off, right? Okay, if this was a one off and this is not to happen again and we have made, I mean, it shouldn't have happened in the first place, but if we are going to say okay, we are going to work through this situation with the notion that this will not happen again, there is not another occasion, right? So essentially what he's saying is it is basically your human nature as a male to occasionally have to step outside of your marriage, and it could not mean nothing. So therefore it leaves you as the woman with a decision to make. Do I leave a man, hold on, do I leave this man who has covered and protected me, and I'm going to say financially at this point, because you can't say that you have covered and protected me physically in all areas because you're out there sleeping with other women.
You still
There
protected.
no, you can expose yourself. You have exposed
Oh, you
yourself to
talking about that?
things. Yes, you
Had a
have
condom on.
exposed. Doesn't matter if you have condoms. Doesn't matter if you have condoms. Doesn't matter if you have condoms. You have still exposed yourself to another human being in a physical way. And then you're still going to come back home where I'm still expected to uphold all of my duties and responsibilities as your wife and still make you feel like the man and make you feel like the leader of my life and the leader of our household, even though what you need as the leader is to occasionally step out.
Mm.
That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. If you are the ruler of this kingdom, but you don't have that area of discipline, how am I supposed to trust
I
you?
mean, historically, no kings have had that discipline.
And we see what what women can do. We've seen what
Them Jezebels.
we've seen what they can do. But what I'm saying is like, are we really to the point now where we're getting to the point, or have gotten to the point where it's literally going to have to be this thing that is literally just expected? Because
I
I've
don't
heard it before. I have heard it before, and like I said earlier, speaking to, I had, like I said, my aunt, I had an uncle tell me that when they were going through similar situations, I was told when I was a young girl, sometimes it's, I heard the term, it's cheaper to keep her. That was the
Oh,
first
it's
one.
always cheaper to keep her.
That was the first one I was exposed
It's
to.
always cheaper to
The
keep her.
first one I was exposed to by an uncle was, it is cheaper to keep her.
It's always.
The other half of that was,
That's why I'm locked in.
the amount of basically time, energy, emotion, and finances that it would take to dissolve the marriage. You may as well work through it. So it's almost like to me that sounds like an imprisonment almost, And then when I was reading through the comments, I had came across a comment, and there was a girl in the comment, and she was like, I completely and 100% agree with him. And she was like, I don't see why you wouldn't just reevaluate the terms of your marriage and possibly look into having a polyamorous marriage. And then that way you're not stuck as a single parent,
A poly,
or
but
if you have kids.
a polyamorous marriage for who? Just so that
It-
he's not cheating. He's just a second wife.
Well, it's basically, you're basically redefining, like how we've talked about before, where you have to redefine what your marriage terms
Mm.
are. So she was essentially saying, why not just redefine what your marriage terms are going to
And
be?
I'm telling you
That
right
doesn't
now,
include you having to divorce somebody who's been a provider and protector for you.
that's gonna be that's like that's like open marriages. It ain't really open.
And the other part that I kind of didn't like was when he talks about, like, let me tell you when you better leave him. When you're no longer number one. In my opinion, you no longer made me number one when you made the decision to put somebody in that place, because that is supposed to be an aspect of you that only I get to experience. So by me having exclusivity to you in those types of areas, such as the physical connection, when you expose yourself to another woman in that way, or you allow another woman to experience or you allow another woman to experience the things that you do with me, how am I still number one? Like, I feel like that doesn't put me as number one. You but
he's saying you're number one because I'm still providing for you,
and I
right?
get that.
This other one, I'm just going over there, landing and walking away.
But it's like how you said a couple of pods ago, your provision, like you providing and
Right.
providing over me,
Hold on,
doesn't is not limited to the finances. It's
hold on,
also it hold
hold on.
on, let me finish.
Okay.
It also includes my mental
Hmm.
and my physical health and well-being.
But let me say this: I said for me. I didn't
I
say for all men.
I know.
I know a lot of men that don't agree with what I said.
I understand that. But
I have friends that don't agree with what I say.
I'm thinking from that perspective.
Okay.
Now, on the other token of that, like I said, I really, really try to like sit in that question, or really think about if I were ever in that situation. Okay.
Hmm.
And excuse me, let's say we're like 25, 30 years in, and you decide to go and have a one off. Like, how would I react to that? Obviously, I would be devastated. Like, I would
I
feel,
don't think you would believe it.
I wouldn't at first, to be honest. I wouldn't at
You
first.
wouldn't believe it.
But if it came to be true, I think that would be very
You
difficult
think
for
I would
me.
get caught?
Do I think you would get caught? Oh yeah, absolutely.
I probably would.
You would get caught simply because your conscience would kick your ass.
Uh, that's what sucks
Your
about
conscience would kick your
that's
ass.
what sucks about being a good person.
Bye.
You can't do wrong.
Good dang on by.
It,
That's what sucks about being a good person.
it really.
I think I would be devastated. I think that there would be time of separation, because I would really need to process that, because I don't even
I feel like you're gonna get your look back.
I wouldn't No, and let me tell you why. I'll tell you why. I think that not retaliating in the same way would wait for you,
Mm.
because I know you. Not retaliating in the same way would make it 10 times worse for
Oh, it
you.
wouldn't.
Oh, yes, it
Oh, it
would.
wouldn't.
Oh, yes, it would.
Here, this is why. This is why. This is why.
Yes, it would.
This is why I say that. I would rather we be on equal footing than for you to constantly put it in my face.
But see, that's exactly why you just proved my point.
Right.
That's why I said I wouldn't do it.
I know, cause yeah,
I wouldn't do it because I know if I didn't, and
I'd be
I could still come and say I'm not the one who stepped out of our marriage. You never. It's what's that scene? What's that scene in oh gosh,
duality.
don't you start.
Duality.
Don't you start.
I can.
He's been watching Vampire in Brooklyn again, and he keeps. You can't have one without the other. If you guys have never watched a Vampire in Brooklyn, please go and watch it with Angela Bassett
It's one of Eddie's
and
best
Eddie
movies.
Murphy. But yeah, I wouldn't try to get my quote unquote lick back, because for one, it would be two parts. For one, I know that would be something that I would hold on to, like in the event that we tried to work it out. When during the anger part
Would
of
you
it,
want to work it out?
listen, during the anger part of it, that would be
You
something
mean the rest of your life?
I would constantly have to remind you in therapy, like, you're the one who caused this ruckus, not I. Hold on.
Go
That
ahead.
would be, because that's petty patty.
First of all,
And
I just
then
realized that you're not wearing your black glasses. I don't like it.
bye. And then another part would be, I think, and I'm not, and here's the thing, I'm not saying that I'm above it, because that's why I never say never, because you never know what life may present. But I don't think that that would be something I really could do.
What if I did it for money?
What do you mean?
Like
Like, what's that movie where he asked the home dude if he could sleep with his wife or have his wife for a night for $1 million?
like no, not like what if she came to me and she paid me and lay it down on me?
If you've talked to me about it.
Okay.
No, Maurice. Goodness gracious. Give you $1 million if I can have your husband for one night.
You would say no?
I would say if you give me $100 million, you can have him for an hour.
So there's a number.
Teasing.
So there's a number.
I'm teasing.
There's a number. That's all.
No,
there's a number.
No. But yeah, so I think those would be mainly the two reasons why
I wouldn't come back.
What do you mean?
I would just leave.
Oh, like if I cheated on you?
No, if I cheated.
Oh.
Either way,
you would have to write a note and just be like, you know what? I know I'm not going to be able to deal with it. So
it doesn't matter
whether
it's me or you. I'm just not coming back because it's not gonna. First of all, if you cheat, I know I ain't gonna be able to deal with it. I'm gonna be.
If I were to cheat, I feel like I wouldn't come home, and if I did, I would come home like with like a witness.
Well, you think I'm gonna kill you? I wouldn't kill you.
No, I mean you probably wouldn't like go all the way with it. You'd probably harm me a little though.
I've never harmed you. This is what we're not
Let
gonna
me
do.
stop.
We're not gonna do.
People think you beat me or something.
This is what we're not gonna do. I've never harmed you.
He's never harmed me, guys.
I say that I would just because here's the thing. I'm not gonna be able to deal with you cheating.
Why?
Right. You know damn well why.
Just quick backstory in case I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but my husband is the only man I have ever been with,
and the only one you ever will be.
So when he tells you like if I was to do something like that,
it's a wrap. I would know instantly.
It's a done deal.
I would know instantly. I'd be like, hold on, it don't curve that way. What's going on?
Oh, goodbye.
So I couldn't do it either way.
So you telling me now, huh?
Right. If you did it, ain't no bouncing back.
Okay.
You finally became the whore you wanted to become.
Oh my gosh. FYI, that's an inside joke for us.
And you living your best life without me.
Uh-huh.
And if I was the one to cheat, the guilt wouldn't let me be around. I'm just being honest. It just wouldn't let me.
You would just have to start a life anew, huh?
Yep. Change my name and everything.
Okay, so I don't know. I just think like it, and I'm just thinking about several things because I also came across another video after that, and it was a
Mhm.
gentleman sitting in his car, and he had also stitched the clip, and he was like, pretty much saying like, you know, a lot of you females are really delusional if you think that men are faithful. And he was like, I don't
Mm.
care whatever type of man and whatever kind of man you've ever been involved with. He was like, I promise you, all of them have cheated on you at least once, whether you know about it or not. And he proceeds to say, if you think that men are monogamous, he was like, I'll sit here and I'll wait. He was like, point me to a man who hasn't cheated. I'll wait. And so I was just really
Did
sitting to
did did I
myself.
not get the men memo?
I was just I mean, here's the thing.
I know a lot of men that didn't cheat.
Like I say, I think that, I mean, even for myself, it is never my intention. It's never my intention to cheat. However, I never say never because I
Mm.
don't know
Mm.
what
You don't know what?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It is
This is why
not.
you're not going to Usher concert.
I can't go to Usher
I
concert.
gotta protect you from you.
I think celebrities should be like a pass.
Oh, okay.
I'm teasing.
Say less.
I'm teasing. Unless it's
Local
one.
celebrities?
Look, really? She's in a local band, babe.
Well,
You s- you said celebrities. You didn't specify if they were
she got
local
10,000
or
followers on Instagram.
10,000 followers.
She's a local celebrity. She's known in the region, just not just in the country. She's local.
Okay, Demel, but no, it's
That's
still
it.
gonna be a hard no.
I'm asking
Anyway,
you. I'm asking you these questions.
I say that because you don't know what life is going to present itself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what type of hardships or anything like that that you may face, right?
Mm-hmm.
God willing, we still have a lot of life to live, and we don't know the things that may arise, right? Do I think that this is something that I could potentially deal with? I'm in this state where I am right now. No, I don't think so. However, I do know friends and family who have dealt with these types of situations where they've dealt with infidelity and they've dealt with a partner who has stepped outside the marriage. And I can tell you that even when you have quote unquote worked through it, or you guys have gotten to a place where you're somewhat past it, it never goes away.
Mm.
It never goes away. And you know, and maybe because I've only seen that through the family and the friends that I have encountered who've dealt with it, and I haven't met anybody who's like, oh no, like we completely dealt with it, and you know, the trust is there again 100%. The people I know, the family and friends I have, the ones that I've discussed this with, the ones who have actually experienced infidelity in this way,
Infidelian.
infidelity in this way, have worked through it and are on the other side of it, but the trust is not what it was.
It never will be.
And I don't think it ever will be. And it's one of those things, yes, you have to create building blocks from that point, and those building blocks are not going to look like the same foundation
Mm-hmm.
prior to the infidelity.
And I would just say this, being a father of a little girl, I would not.
You would
No,
not what?
I would not recommend my daughter to stay.
Because do you, and that's another thing. Do you think that a man could have a one off and then be 100% faithful the
No,
remainder of his
no,
marriage?
no. I think it depends on
So
what.
you think once a cheater, always a cheater?
I don't think once a cheater, always a
But
cheater.
that's what you just said.
Listen to what I'm saying. What I was saying is, I think it depends on what the one off is. If the one off is a great experience,
What? What?
if the one off is a great experience, yeah, he's gonna want to know what else is out there. He'll probably occasionally check in and see if he can find something else. Now, if the one off is a terrible experience, he's gonna probably think this wasn't even worth the trouble. Now, if I get caught and this heifer wasn't even good,
Okay, but then that might inspire him to try to find one that was good to make it worth it.
you don't know how men
Or
think.
it
You don't. Again,
I
once
mean, cuz
again.
think about it. Think about it. Okay, a thief, right?
Mm-hmm.
People who steal at Target. They go into Target, they steal something. It's like, "Oh damn, okay, I got away with stealing that chapstick." Okay. Like that wasn't what I really wanted. I just wanted to see if I could get away with it. And I got away with it. So next time I go on Target, I'm gonna see what else. Ooh, okay. A second time I go on the Target. All right, I got a notebook. That's not what I really wanted though, but I just want to see if I can get away with it. And they'll keep doing it till they get to the thing and get bold enough to get to the thing that they really wanted. So why can't it be like in my eyes, I would think that that would be the same, like
That's
the
not how a
same
man think.
idea.
That's not how a man thinks.
So you think if a man steps out,
Because him stepping out the first time, the situation had to be right.
like it presented itself.
It presented itself at a certain time, certain location, and there was some work put in, right?
Hmm.
And then he went through all that, and then it wasn't what he thought it would be. He's not then going to restart the process, right?
But what if it wasn't a process that he started? It was literally just an opportunity that presented
Okay,
itself.
but
Like
then
he said, occasionally.
that opportunity is not going to present itself constantly.
Sure about that?
Maybe I might just be a square then. I'm not
You
paying
might
attention,
you might just be a square then.
and I just don't pay attention to women.
Oh, you pay attention to women.
I don't pay attention to interactions with women. Let me read it
I mean, okay.
because I don't. Because I don't have any ill intent. So I'm literally just having a conversation. So it may mean something else to her, but it's like,
Like the girl at the grocery store
yeah, I'm
when
going.
you saw that you were making her laugh
I was just
and you
talking
kept
to her.
making her laugh.
I was just
You
talking to
intentionally
her.
kept making her laugh.
I was just talking to her because I knew for a fact I was going home with my wife.
And also that I was side eyeing you the whole time.
And that didn't bother me because I knew wasn't doing nothing wrong. I was just having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I was being a jokeful,
A
playful.
what?
I don't know. I was just joking and being my playful self. That's it.
Okay.
I was in a good mood that day,
Okay.
and she was black. You know I
So
talk.
what does that have to do with
You know I talk.
anything?
You know I talk to all black people. I talked to a black.
I,
I talked to a black homeless guy today.
just because he was black or because he was homeless and looked like he could use a
No,
friend?
because he talked to me first. He was like, "What's up, OG? What's up? What's up, player?" We had a little conversation. He's cool.
What was he doing?
He didn't ask me for nothing. I said, "You have a good day, sir. It's gonna rain tomorrow."
Bye, babe. Really? You have a good day, sir. It's gonna rain tomorrow. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's just been getting me into this whole headspace of really trying to delve in as to this
Delve.
whole. I kind of feel like it's a nature versus nurture thing, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, nature. I mean, there's many species
Like,
that.
should men be allowed to step outside of their
I
relationships
mean,
just because it's quote unquote in your nature? Or,
see, the problem with that is women want to be equal.
oh my gosh, what is so basically what you're saying is yeah, we would like to step out, but if that also means you guys have an equal access to step out, no, no game. No, I don't want that game. That's basically what you're saying. I want to see women want to be equal, and that's just not how
I mean,
society has set it up to
there
be.
are a lot of mammals that, in turn, have multiple suitors.
Did you say mammals who have multiple suitors?
You know, I mean, they're the alpha and they impregnate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's multiple species of animals that do that.
Yeah, that live in the animal kingdom.
We all in animal kingdom.
Yeah, but they don't pay bills.
Yeah, they do in different ways.
They don't.
Yeah, they do in different ways.
Goodbye.
So, I mean, whatever floats your boat and find your lost remote.
That is what?
Hmm.
Goodbye, Demel.
Like I said before, I don't want dealing with one woman is enough headache.
But see, that's the thing. He's not necessarily dealing.
And
Like if he's having a
right,
one-off, he's not dealing with that
right.
woman. That
So
woman serves a singular
so
purpose,
going
which is what he's trying to say.
so going back to what you're saying is a man having multiple women where he's providing for multiple women. I don't want that. I don't even want the one off because it's not the headache. Because even if you have the one off or the occasional where it's the same girl you're occasionally with, eventually she's the side chick. Eventually she's gonna want the main chick's role.
She's
And
gonna want something.
that's why he's talking about in the second part when you've been replaced. Because you have a lot of like men and women both do that. You have a lot of people, men and women, that will sit on the sideline and just wait for their turn. They'll be the ear They'll be the confidant. They'll be there for you. They'll learn about your relationship. Like that's what you gotta understand. When you're talking about your relationship to anybody, male or female, friend, best, whatever, you're giving them the playbook to your life.
Right, and that's why
You're
you
giving
shouldn't be
them
divulging
you're
crap
you
like
are
that to them.
giving them the script, right?
Mhm.
So if you are, let's just say you're my friend and you're coming to me and you're complaining to me about your husband, your boyfriend, or whatever the case may be, you're telling me exactly everything that triggers you.
Mhm.
I know exactly how to treat you to get you where I want to be.
Yep.
And if I'm that guy, I can manipulate that information to easily get in your pants. And vice versa.
Well said. So I think it comes down to also like, not putting yourself in situations or potentially
If you
potentially
if you
hazardous
just if you just
situations.
go to work, come home and play with your daughter, you won't be in no trouble.
Bye, Maurice. You gotta actually live too.
I live a good life.
I didn't say you didn't. I'm just saying in general.
I live a good life.
To the good life.
Real men of genius.
Oh, good to hear your opinion about that, babe. I love it.
To you.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're just gonna head straight on into our 2 cents. I feel like we should have like a sound or something that goes into like our 2 cents.
Please don't do that again.
What, Bis?
I will walk away.
If I do it again? Okay, I'm not gonna do it again. All right. Here we go. My wife started talking to a guy she met through work. Now we have issues. My wife recently started texting a guy she met as a customer through her
Texting.
work. I'm not comfortable with this and gave my opinion and lack of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly overreacted, for fear has set in, as we have been distant on a personal level. I gave in and decided she would do what she wanted to do regardless. Since then, they talk late in the evenings, 2 to 3 a.m., and so on.
They in a
Our
relationship.
relationship is suffering, and I feel as though she is distancing herself further and further. I seen the text, and she confides and opens up to him, and I get the quote unquote, I'm trying to find myself statement, and that she just needs her space.
Mm.
We have middle aged children together, and I don't want it to turn into resentment and hate.
What's middle
How
age?
should I proceed with my marriage of 12 years?
Okay, here's my thing.
He jumped right in on that one. Okay, here's my
Here's my
thing.
thing. So you said you have middle-aged children. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume that these children are grown.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said middle age.
Yeah.
So you're older. You're older gentleman.
Yeah, but then he said they've been married for 12 years. Okay, yeah.
Right.
I know, that's what I was
So
thinking.
what I'm assuming is that you guys have been married for 12 years, probably together longer,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lack of excitement, right? There's
Okay.
there's a lack of something. And whatever it is it's lacking, instead of her telling you what's lacking, she's finding it in this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, like we were just talking about earlier, this guy is new, it's fresh, it's exciting because it's different. You know, he's
Gives you a butterfly in your
right.
tummy
He's discovering her, she's discovering him,
for the
and
first
they're in the
time.
relationship.
Bye, babe. And they're in a relationship. He's just gonna come out and say it, huh?
They're
in a relationship.
they're talking to 2, 3 in the morning. That is highly inappropriate.
Yeah, especially as a married person.
Highly inappropriate.
And you just let them sit there and talk till 2 or 3 in the morning. Let me tell you, even if we ain't on the same page, if you somewhere in the house talking to another chick till 2 and 3 in the morning.
First of all, you know I'm sleep before
First
9.
of all, it wouldn't happen because I would break the damn phone or throw it out the second story window.
You know I'm sleep before 9.
Okay.
Don't text me after 7.
There would not be a cell phone, an iPad, a desktop, a laptop of any sorts.
I'll talk to who I want to talk to.
Okay, go ahead and try it.
I gotta find somebody first.
Well, apparently it's not hard to do. It was a customer through our job. You see customers all day.
And that's how you lost me. I gotta put in effort.
And that's how you lost me. I can remember when you used to be on like delivery routes, and I think it was one time one of your customers had baked you some cookies or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And oh no, she made you lunch. She had given you lunch or cookies or something like that.
Lunch
and
or
you had
cookies?
told me you came home and you were like, oh, the lady on my route today, she baked me some cookies.
I don't remember that.
And I was like, what the hell she bake you cookies for?
Because I'm great.
I was like, what the hell she baking you cookies for? She only
Great.
people only bake people baked goods.
Man, those are the good old days. I had one lady give me uh one lady gave me the Herbalife pills.
I wouldn't have took them. They pills.
I didn't take them. I had one lady give me this. She had those. It was an old lady. She gave me those Home Shop Network samples.
By the HSN samples.
Yeah,
Goodbye, Maurice.
yeah,
But anyway, yeah, like you said, they're in a relationship. If they're talking
yeah.
to 2 and 3 in the morning, they're in a relationship, and that's highly inappropriate to
They doing something else besides talking.
yeah, to be speaking 2 to 3.
No, I can't say that. She's probably gauging.
She's probably enjoying the conversation. She's probably enjoying the conversation because I know, like, with women, that's kind of like, that's the fun part, like the chase. Like, he's probably doing a little bit of a chase. She's giving him a little, not too much. So they're doing all this through conversation and getting to know each other. But they're essentially getting to know each other right under your nose.
He's engaging in whore activity.
And you've already said that you guys had been a little distant prior to this and that you feel that this relationship is pulling her further and further away. It is. It is pulling her further and further away.
It has.
So how you should proceed is by having a very strong conversation with your wife to see what are we doing? Are we going to work on this thing? Are you going to continue to talk
Look
to
here,
him?
I'm gonna be toxic. Look here, my guy. She got hers. Get yours.
No, I
Get
don't. That's not.
Get yours.
I don't agree with that.
Get yours.
Okay,
player.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, player.
Get your lick back.
Get your lick back. What is it you with in getting lick backs?
Because I guarantee you, if she found out he was talking to 2, 3 in the morning, she'd feel a whole lot different. Because the thing about women is that you're not desirable until another woman wants you.
What was it that rapper he had said?
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Hold on. This is the same reason why my wife took issue with the cashier laughing and smiling at me. Because now in her mind, I was desirable to that cashier.
No, that's not why.
So she had to mark her territory. You are not desirable to other women until another woman desires you. So if you go out there and you get somebody to start chasing you around and won't have some conversation, go to the gym a couple days. Lose 10, 15 pounds. Start lifting.
Buy some new underwear.
She'll look at you.
Buy some new underwear. Change up your look a little bit. If you haven't been getting a haircut, get your haircut.
Go down to Nordstrom's and get you some Lafayette.
Oh, get you some nice
9.
stuff. Yeah. Get you some nice stuff.
Some Bond number 9 Lafayette.
If you start getting some nice stuff, then she'll be like, "What the hell are you doing?
And look,
you getting your hair cut?
Hold on,
you shopping at Nordy's?
You ain't even got to go out with nobody. Just go out by yourself. 7:38. Go by yourself. Go to dinner by yourself, and then just have her thinking. This is some toxic shit.
Really
just have her thinking you
really
going to somebody and see if she switch up.
Yep.
Because the second she thinks somebody else is pursuing you and somebody else in the back, you'll become desirable again. Right, babe? That's why I'm not funny.
Right, babe? No, you were intentionally trying to crack jokes with her.
I was making her laugh. She was having a good time.
She was just tickled to her stomach.
I was making her laugh. She was having a good time. She
can have a good time with somebody else's husband.
Again, like I say, you're not desirable unless someone else desires you. Proof in the pudding.
Call it what you want to. I don't play
because she don't pay me no attention. But I don't
pay you attention.
Let somebody else smile and laugh at me.
I don't pay you attention.
That day you didn't. And then now she had to catch a little attitude. But what she don't tell y'all is after we got home, it was, oh babe,
good damn bye,
babe.
Good damn bye. If my husband is the most sensitive out of the both of us.
Yep.
As soon as we stop filming, my husband is going to instantly turn into like a 10-year-old boy who just wants his mommy's attention.
What?
Yeah. Now.
Cap. I don't act like that.
Okay. Whatever you say.
I am a little sensitive. When it comes to my wife,
I don't mind it. I like it.
When it comes to you, I'm not out here just crying over everything. When it comes to my family, I'm a little sensitive.
I like it.
But that sensitivity leads to violence.
Sensitive about his shit.
But that leads to violence. That's the problem.
Okay.
I'll fuck you up over mine.
Oh, if you're not doing so already, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Life After I Do podcast. New episodes are every
in the
Wednesday.
house, Nisha J.
If you would like to reach out to us, you can always reach out to us at lifeafteridopodcast@gmail.com. You can also be anonymous if you would like. Until next
I'm gonna
week,
tell your name.
guys. Peace.
Peace, geese.